Sup, Primo?
How's my makeup look?
I was just fixing.
We're going pro now, so I want to make sure that I got something specifically matches my skin tone. You like
you
it?
to get your foundation on, right, and your eyeliner and lipstick.
Do I look good?
You look great, man.
Great, awesome. I'm doing excellent. I'm actually doing really well. How are you doing?
I'm well. Do I look? I cut the beard off.
You got that natural Angus Young look to you, and I don't know. I'm kind of jealous if I'm honest. So, I mean, you have hair, so that's alone.
No, I don't have any. We're both twinsies.
Yeah, I can't figure if I'm working on Telly Savalas or Fester. So, and we do the rescreen thing where you get the images and you put your face on the thing, and they did the Fester the other day, and I'm actually kind of horrified. So, yeah, it's gonna take some therapy to get over it.
So here we are, man. We're here on the Let's Talk Live podcast channel.
Yep.
And
wait a minute, this channel or the other channel?
No, it's Let's Talk Live now. It was the other channel, but
it is the other. Okay, so
it's the same channel.
I'm taking notes here. Hold on.
Different name, different format.
Let's Talk Live. Upvote. Can I upvote?
You can upvote.
Okay, good. As long as I can upvote, we're good.
All right. There's probably a bunch of people that are like, what the hell's going on in this channel?
No. And, construction.
Yes, a lot of construction. There has been a lot of construction going on. But by the way, before we get into tonight's chat,
yes,
the GOAT is back. Tom Brady,
literally 4 minutes ago, he came out of retirement after 15 minutes of retirement. Good job. Pro level.
Duco Ted in the chat. What's up, man? How are you? He's a channel member. Thank you so much for the support. I hope you will enjoy the new format here.
Right.
On the new Let's Talk Live podcast.
And enjoy Tom Brady being back after 15 minutes of retirement. So can you imagine what check did he have to get?
Yeah, it's a big check
to come back. That's like that thing when the girl calls up and she's ready to break up with you, and that 2 seconds of she's like, I'm walking away. And then all of a sudden you're like, but maybe the car, maybe the house, maybe something, that supermodel, and you're like, yeah, that was big.
It's probably a big check.
Yep.
So I think it's cool. I'm a huge Tom Brady fan. Obviously, I'm from New England, and the Pats are my team. Obviously, it sucks that he's not with the Pats, but I think it's cool that he is still playing. And, he always said that he wanted to play to 45. I think he's 44 now. Maybe stretch it out another year. I mean, the guy definitely is still playing at peak performance. Some things have slowed down. You can see that. And I think that's with age.
What's the normal age somebody like that retires? Is it really just 45 or?
I think he is maybe the oldest quarter. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but maybe close to the Teals quarterback. I got Perth Luxury in the chat saying, "What's up, Brian? How's the health going? Just freaked out ever since that recent scare." Hey, man, I'm great. Thank you for asking. Also, Perth Luxury is a channel member as well. I appreciate you coming to hang out here in the chat. I'm great. I did have a little bit of a scare. I think it was COVID. I think I had COVID, even though I was getting false negatives. I had literally had all the symptoms. I was sick for like 2 weeks, and it was COVID. I know
it was either that or Ebola, but they haven't really released that yet. Yeah. The science has gone missing, so we're not really sure now.
Ted saying they provided him with a lifetime of insurance. Tom Brady. Hey, JJ, Gentleman's Hangout. What's up, man? JJ is always killing it over there on his channel. I love those guys, and I was just over there the other night hanging out with them. So keep it going, man. You guys have the best Talk Live watch channels on YouTube, hand down. You and Marco just fucking kill it, and I love it, and I will always continue to support you guys. So this is actually made a great segue this evening. So I wanted to come on and actually give some context as to what has been going on, because I think people have been watching the channel and seeing the format, and I've gotten a lot of comments like, what the fuck is going on? What is this content? So I can kind of let it all out tonight.
Finally release it.
Yes, I can finally release, but not that kind of release.
No, yeah, right.
I'm gonna sip a water here, and we'll get going here.
He's got to get that bottle of Ensure from Brady there before you start.
Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of people have been asking, like, what the fuck is going on this channel? All right, let me be honest with everybody. So, just about the turn of the year, I had started to think more about the the videos and the context that was going on in the channel. Yes, it was very watch driven, but I always said this, and I hope people can pick up on this cue. I always, what I was trying to do here was do more of those one-on-one type of conversations, and I had a few of those. And the funny thing is, the response and the feedback that I had from my friends and even people that have watched it that I ran into, they said those seemed like those were the best things that you did, and I felt that as well, that was my best content. So I knew when the year turned, in the back of my head, I had always been thinking like, I want to pivot the channel at some point. I'm not sure how it's all going to go down, I hit the bell, how it's all going to go down, how people are going to feel about it. But I felt like I wasn't really being true to what I wanted this channel to be. And ultimately, yes, I had a lot of watch people on my channel. I had a lot of watch driven content here, but that really wasn't the true direction that I wanted to bring Beyond Time in. And if you ever went back and watched all the live streams, I always said, welcome back to Let's Talk Live on the Beyond Time YouTube channel. So that format was always in my
It's
head.
always rolling around in there, waiting to come out. Mm-hmm.
And, I knew at some point it was going to pivot, because I always wanted to do, and I know I say this and some people cringe because they don't like them, but you have to give them hands down the most successful podcast ever. I always wanted to do a Joe Rogan style of a podcast and have those in-depth, deep conversations and talk about, all the crazy, wacky shit that we come across in life and in everyday life and in just different subjects. I never wanted to kind of niche down to one thing. And I think what drew me to watches was I met some fantastic people in this space. JJ, the people that have been on my panel, JJ, Marco, Darko, Ari, Watch Sasquatch, the Captain, Mr. GMT, those people that were the constant on this panel and helped me through a lot of those times and help, they always said, well, you put in the work, but they were always here night after night after night. And I give those guys ultimately a lot of credit. And these people that are in the chat here tonight joining this, those people that come over and support, the everyday people that would come in to this channel and support with comments and bring up topics. And I was having a lot of fun doing that, but I was feeling kind of caged, and I have more to give. I have more.
Kind of, is it, was the word niche oriented? Is that?
Yeah, but there's nothing against that. There are great people that are very smart. Listen, I'll be honest. I've worked in the watch industry for 16 years. I can go in and sell you a watch. I'm not going to know every single thing about it. And a lot of the stuff that's the real high-end stuff, I'm not going to know a lot about that. If you want me to teach you how to sell a watch and manage a store and all that, I can do all that stuff. And I've always been transparent about that on this channel, very transparent about it. And I'll tell you, I've learned a lot through a lot of these guys talking backstage, having the late night chats, being on their channel. I enjoy watches. I love watches. It will always be a part of my life. I enjoy time. We only have so much time on this earth, but we have to make that impact and go with what your heart feels and go in that direction that you need to go. So what ultimately ended up happening was I had this plan to pivot the channel, and then I got sick. And I said, you know what? I don't really want to destroy what I've built on Beyond Time. So let's do this. And Primo and I started having some backstage conversation. I said, I really want to get a solid co-host in here. I know you've done a lot of stuff with YouTube and on your website and your channels, and you've done radio before. I said, let's team up and do this, So we went over and started the Let's Talk Live channel, and we started doing some experimentation over there, and we got a lot of great feedback. The subjects were very interesting. A lot of people were commenting. A lot of people were coming and watching. And I was getting a lot of comments from friends, reaching out and saying, wow, that stuff's really great and stuff that I want to know and I want to hear about. And I said, that's the end. We're gonna switch the channel. Let me just get to some of these chats really quick.
Well, my thing is I was wondering when we were starting the vinyl review channel. Vinyl record players with a new thing here. So, but I guess, we'll wait for that later.
We got Basil Bezel in the chat saying all wacky, wild stuff. I got Design in the chat saying greetings from Aruba. Nice. If you guys haven't gone over and checked out Design's channel, please do. 10,000 members on his channel. Fantastic. His humor and his art is great. And I always love the contribution over here. He's just saying, upvote boys. I do appreciate that as well, man. So, so I had to make a hard decision. And I'm the type of person that when I get something in my head, I don't waver very long on it, because I don't like to doubt myself. And if my heart is feeling something in a direction at that point, I go with it. And that's how I've always lived my life. I believe very strongly in fate. And I believe that all things happen for a reason. And I believe that, we take different paths in life, and it may be in one direction and then you'll get kind of steered in another. And that's how we kind of navigate life. I'm very deep in that sense. I didn't know if you wanted to jump in.
No.
Nope. Like you want to jump in? Okay.
No.
I'm going to go rolling, diatribe. So I just want to be very clear and transparent with everybody that's been here, over the last year. And I didn't want to feel like I was letting anybody down. And I felt that I might have done that a little bit. And but I want everybody to understand that Beyond Time, in my opinion, was not going to grow to the level that I feel that Let's Talk Live podcast can. And just in a short amount of time, I have some very fantastic guests coming up. People that I was like, holy shit, I'm getting them on the channel already. And, and I'll be honest with you, I reached out to one of the guys in the core group and I had a long conversation with that person. And he said, I get it. I understand what you're doing. I've tried to experiment on my channel, but I'm happy where I'm at. And that's awesome. I think that's great. But I want to grow much more. I think that I have more to give in a bigger space. And I'm not trying to sound like narcissistic or anything, but I feel like I have a bigger.
I don't think it sounds narcissistic. Yeah. I don't think you're nuts quite yet. I will make you crazy, but we'll have to work on that later. Yeah.
So, anyway, so Priam and I planned, let's take over the Let's Talk stuff that we had on the channel. We'll upload it here. I'm going to turn the format, but I'm going to be very honest with people. And the first people that I reached out to right away, I made a video and I dropped it to my channel members privately. And those are people that pay subscriptions on this channel. And I wrote to them, I did a video and I said, I want to be honest with everybody. The channel is going to change its format. Am I still going to talk luxury? Am I still going to talk watches? Yes. But I want to get guests on and know their stories. I want to know what inspired them to start that brand. I want to know their life story. Where do these designs come from? Or where did your company come from? Or where do you see the future of this? Or, just having deeper conversations in that sense. I wanted to be more of a talk show. And I felt like that was really where I shined. And I was getting feedback from people, even in my core group of friends from the watch community. They would privately pull me aside and say, those one-on-ones that you do, you're a great interviewer. That's your niche. Go for it.
Yeah.
And I felt like I had to start just being honest with myself and honest with the people around me. And I love every single person that has helped me build this channel over the last year. And I will always be there for them. If they ever reach out and say, hey, I need this from you, or can you help me with some graphic art or whatever? Can you do a music cut for me or cut some video to get whatever? Come on the channel and support me. I will be there. But I got to do this and I got to try this. And I think people were sensing that frustration because I wasn't really being me. Real quick, Design is saying every project or endeavor needs a goal. Good going for not being afraid to pivot where the audience takes you.
Right.
It's true. And I know that this channel is going to go through a lot of growing pains because a lot of people left. And it was sad that they left because I think they're going to miss out on some really great conversations and some interesting conversations. On Wednesday, I have Ahmad Biard coming on the channel to do a one-on-one with me. Satori Biard Watches. You guys can check him out. It's Bespoke Watches. It's going to be a fantastic live interview. Those people that left are going to miss that interview. I'm ecstatic about it. You know, and I'm not dumping out on the watch community. I'm just growing. And I'm gonna tell you, I am reaching out to everybody right now. And I have some other things that are lined up, some secret things that even when I had contact with these people, I was like, shit, they're actually gonna come on the podcast and hang out. You know, I got Mike in the chat saying you owe it to yourself to go after it. I appreciate that support, man. I really do. And Dugo Ted saying, can we talk about the NSA is turning all of us lizards into via G5? Yeah, what was it?
I just got my mobile 5G, and I also got a heat lamp. So I don't know why I was driven to get the heat lamp, but I'm thinking it's a great addition. And is it cool in here? I don't know. But anyway,
you need a heat rock, right? You need a heat rock, a heat
right. Oh,
but so I think what was happening was I was just really feeling stuck, and I wasn't being able to do the things I want. I had some great one-on-ones. You know, I had Brian from Keys Motorsports, fantastic interview. I've had Primo over here and do a lot of car stuff. We did some car chat. The JJ one-on-one, you know, the Marco one-on-one, the Kelly one-on-one, you know, all that stuff. I was having so much fun doing it, and that was ultimately what I wanted to do here. But I knew I had to pivot the channel. I thought rebranding it and just really going into this Let's Talk Live, you know, podcast is really the name that was just kept hitting me. And, you know, so I guess that's really it, man. That's really where this channel will be going. I hope that everybody will stick around for me. And I hope you still have the interest in this. And I get it. If you came here solely for watch content and you want to leave, I can't tie you down and hold you. But I'll always be here, and things will always continue to grow. And I feel like I'm going to be in a platform where this channel is going to grow.
Right. And I think it's important too to be able to get it out there and let people know. And the other thing is to say that it's important not to give up right yet on the, like, if you're really a watch person and you're saying, you know what, maybe I am going to turn down or do something different. You know what? Give it a shot. Give it a couple of months, give it 3 months or whatever, and just give it a little bit more time and take a listen to what you're going to hear here. I think, and that's the thing is I'm privy more to some of this backstage stuff that's going on and what you guys are going to have coming up. So it's something that excites me a lot. And I think it will excite you as well. But that's the thing is I want you to be here to be able to hear it. So so that thing is even if you're here, just subscribe to the channel. If this is your first time watching, subscribe to the channel. If there's something that you're looking for content that's relevant the world, email, comment, put it in below. Make sure you reach out to us, because the thing is we're going to put our ear to the grindstone here and make sure that not only our voices are heard, but your voice is going to be heard. And that's what's important to the type of format that we have here, which is, I think, different from many of the other formats out there that you have. You see these big channels out there that you watch on TV, or you do this stuff, you have zero input. You just sit back and watch. And here you're going to have the ability to have somewhat of a voice and be engaged with some of the great guests that we're going to have on. That's huge. It's nothing. You got to get that anyplace else. So
it's funny, and too, because I have to give Primo some credit to this, because we've obviously had a lot of backstage talks about this. And yeah, of course. And it's like, you know, and I'm going to say this too, you know, if it wasn't for Wings and Watches, I would not be having Aman coming on the channel. I wouldn't have known about Satori Biard Watches. I wouldn't have known that. And I have to give him a lot of credit for that. I appreciate that. And Ahmad, when he saw the stream that we did, he saw that, and he actually reached out to me and was like, hey, I want to come on your channel and talk. And I'm like, fuck yeah, you come over here and hang out. I'd love it. I'd love to meet you. And that's huge, man. I think that's really cool. And it's funny because when we were talking, and in talking about getting guests on the channel, I said, I'm really nervous about reaching out to these people because, some of the people we've been reaching out to are huge, like big people. And you're like, just reach out to them and ask them if they want to hang out.
Right.
And I dropped a couple of messages, and actually one of them got back to me and was like, here's my email me back, email them the format you talk about, ask me some, give me an outline of the questions you want, and we'll set up a date and time and I'll come hang out. And I was like, dude, that was so easy. And you're like, yeah, you're just going to reach out to people.
So, yeah. But that's the thing is it's so fun being able to talk to people that, you don't think, and you kind of see people as being unreachable. And that's the thing is it really does bring that high level and pull it down and say the people that we're going to be talking to, one of the hardest lessons we're going to learn is that they're real people that have real problems just like everybody else. So,
right.
I love the
McLovin in the chat saying up and away. Appreciate that, man. And Design is saying, yes, I love the professionalism and the awesome radio feel of the stream. Thank you so much. McLovin saying, oh my God, Brian found the clippers. Yes, I have cut off the
that's
7-month beard that I was growing. It was just time time for some change.
It was a clipper accident, and it was already too late.
Roar the Tiger saying, let's talk, Brian. I'm open, but I believe past tense, what we have here is a failure to communicate. Okay, man, it's cool, but I'd wish you would stick around, give it a chance here, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I think a lot of people will be pleasantly surprised. So McLovin saying, looking good, Brian. Appreciate that, man. And Wings and Watches, I appreciate that. Gave me a $10 super chat. Say, awesome stream, boys. Great change in the channel.
My question is Brian at the level of McLovin yet, or is he still got ways to go? So
you want to know something? Want to hear something even funnier about that?
Yeah.
So I don't know his name. I don't know the actor that plays him. But a lot of people don't know. I forgive me. This has been years ago, probably about 2010. I was actually in a band with a buddy of mine called Satellites Fall. We're actually out of Providence, Rhode Island. It's probably the last serious band that I played on. We played some of the Battle of the Bands, the BRU Battle of the Bands, and we did a lot of that stuff. And actually, we made it to the semifinals at one point, and we were one of the last, and band beat us out. Anyway, we played in Boston at the Old Middle East just before they tore it down. And that guy, a lot of people don't know, he actually plays drums in a band. That actor, I forget his name. And we actually played with his band. It was crazy.
Really?
Oh my God, that's McLovin. But it was cool though. Like people
did they really say that?
Yeah, the thing that was really cool about it was, holy shit, like this is the guy from Superbad, and it was like people were just really cool about it. Like they just treated him completely normal and stuff. They weren't like running up like, "Can I have your fucking autograph?" and stuff. It was cool.
Christopher cool. Mintz Plass.
Thank you.
So, there you go.
Right. Yeah.
He's the guy, and he has a band. Now I'm gonna have to look up his band.
He plays drums in a band. Yeah, I don't know if he's doing it anymore.
Perfect. Does he not? I mean, like that dude. Keyboards or drums? Like that guy really just says, the kind of guy that would
get weird. Like seeing him up there, and you're like, what the fuck? Like
just beating the crap out of the drums.
Yeah. So, I wanted to come on tonight. I wanted to just be honest and upfront with everybody. Obviously, my supporters, the fans of the channel. I know that this is going to be a growing process to rebrand this and build it up. I'm not going completely away from watches, but I'm going more towards the people that are, prevalent in those genres. I won't be doing, like watch streams and pulling stuff up and probably talking. I'm going to be talking more to the people that are involved in those brands or own that company, that type of stuff. A Joe Rogan type of podcast.
Yeah, right. Exactly
something in that genre. Right. And then the off shows, Primo and I are going to be picking like probably trending topics, or we might do some car talk and do some luxury goods and maybe
vinyl records.
Yeah, anything, and that's really what we want to do here. And that's my vision and my goal. And that's, to keep pushing this forward and really growing the channel. I said by the end of the year, I'd be happy if I had 5,000 or 10,000 subscribers. You want 50,000. So
oh yeah,
we got a long way to go.
I have targets.
We got a long way to
go. This isn't my first rodeo, as you can tell.
We got a $7 super chat from McLovin. Said, did you include the weight loss of your beard in the total weight loss calculator?
Ooh.
Yes, it was a pound of hair.
Wow.
Hair that came off. But by the way,
I would have called him cheating if he hadn't. So McLovin, I would have been on him for that if he, you know what I mean?
I just got a leg cramp. Fuck. But if anybody is curious, I know that I've kind of talked about this. So I did start Nutrisystems about 30, probably close to 40 days ago. So I started 40 days ago. I was at my height, weight, my first weigh-in was at 222. I am down to 205, which was a almost 18-pound weight loss, and I feel great. My overall body just feels better. My spirit feels better. My brain is sharper. Like I feel like I was like pre-pandemic.
All water weight.
I gained all that weight over pandemic.
All water weight, right?
It was all water weight. It was the beard. It was the beard.
Yeah, 1 pound for the beard, the rest for water weight.
Nutrisystems does work. If you guys are interested, I do have I did do a video about it. I'm probably going to do a follow-up on this as well, because we're going to still do reviews over here as well too. I do still want to do reviews, and as I get some new timepieces, I'll probably do some reviews of that as well and drop those. So
yeah, I'm thinking about picking up something. You're going to talk me into something.
So I do know that movie quote, by the way, and I'll let you know. So I'm going to read this really quick. Roar the Tiger saying, Brian, I guess you didn't recognize the movie quote. Guess you just proves me I'm older than dirt. After all, I remember the Cuban Missile Crisis. Yes, you did. And that is from Cool Hand Luke, by the way. And he's the warden that says, what we have here is a failure to communicate. That was probably a bad rendition of it, but that's where that's from.
Mine's more from
has one of the best scenes in it. If people don't know, there's an egg eating scene in that. They have a dare in there or a challenge in there, and it's Paul Newman.
Yeah,
is the guy in that. So
mine was more Jim Varney, which was a failure to accumulate.
Yeah. And if people don't know, Guns N' Roses. Oh God, this is really dating me. Civil War. At the beginning of that song, they actually have that clip. The failure.
Really.
Yes. Didn't know that.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know.
Learned something.
I'm not a Guns N' Roses fan, so it's okay.
Really? You gotta be kidding me.
I know, man. It's a lot. I knew a lot of people that knew Axl Rose. I'll just leave it like that. So, and the thing is I see him now. He's done a lot of video stuff and radio
right now.
I know, but yeah,
probably
no,
one of the greatest top 10 rock bands of all time. You don't like them.
Yeah. Not well, no, don't. I got to reword that, like, because it's not like I don't.
Like one of the top.
Well, I appreciate music, but the thing is no, I'm just I don't put the stink on them that everybody else does. And the thing is I've seen some of Axl's antics.
I'm out of here.
I've seen his free. No, you got to know it. You hear a couple of stories from Axl, and he's a very interesting guy. But like I said, he's done the stuff that I like now. I think he's really kind of, I think he's grown up a lot in the last couple of years, and I think he's a really cool individual now. He's done some stuff with radio, and he's done some other interview stuff. Well, and listen to him now. He's very interesting. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're back touring too. I think they've been doing some stuff. He actually, a lot of people probably don't know this either. When Brian Johnson had problems with his voice, he actually was stepping in and doing singing for AC/DC. Yes. So he was doing full live sets AC/DC, and then Guns N' Roses would come on, and he would perform.
You know what? That's here's something. We need to get an interview with somebody who knows about that time that can actually go over it with you, because there's a lot of interesting stories involved with that. So,
by the way, I do have someone coming up that was very big in the punk rock scene that actually played in some pretty influential bands that will be coming up here pretty soon. Just a couple influential.
No, right.
Yeah. Not like, nothing big, but
yeah. Not somebody that I actually like. Which I do.
So Roy Tiger says, well done, Warden actor. What is that?
Actor Struther Martin. Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't even know the actor. And so I'm old as dirt. So
now
what's that?
now that I've got this weight off my chest.
Yeah. Do you feel better
like,
now?
I feel
Hey,
great.
can we get back to jokes? I mean, I'm looking for
jokes
here.
I'm done talking about it. This is the direction the channel is going to go in.
Right.
I hope everybody will stick around. I welcome all the new people.
You're crazy if you don't stick around. How's that?
Right.
Yeah.
Again, like Primo said, if you guys are interested in a topic, drop it during the live shows, drop it in the comment section, email us. We'll try to get on someone that knows about that, and we'll open it up.
I'm going to put the weirdest statement out there. I'm going to say something to anybody. If you leave right now, I'm telling you, in 5 or 6 months, you're going to be back. So you might as well just stick around.
It'll hit your algorithm.
Right. Funny how that works. It's almost like we have a plan.
But I want you guys to go out and continue to support the channels that are around you. You know, JJ, Marco, get over, still continue to support those guys. I know that you guys go over there. I think they have a great group of people. The chats that, you know, I've been involved in and all those guys. We're not, there's no hard feelings. I reached out to one of the core guys and just said, look, I want to run, you know, I want to run this by you. What do you think? And he just said, go for it. And I got their blessing. They want me to be successful. I want them to be successful. And I think everybody will be successful in this space because we all have great things going. So,
right. Exactly. I agree completely.
Wings is saying, upvote guys, it's just better from here. Amazing stuff coming out. Appreciate that, Wings. And Mike says, it's your party. Play what you want. Thanks, Mike.
Cyndi Lauper it is. All right.
Yeah.
Is that what we want to play?
Girls
what do we want to play?
Fun, but we're not girls. You might
be. Fester here. Look. I am definitely working on the makeup for the next show because this definitely didn't work this time. It's too effeminate.
Get the light up.
Yeah, right. I mean, you know what? I mean, the secondary light gets turned off. That's what
I like. Luxury talk. Any Air Jordan streams? Are you an Air Jordan guy? Do you collect Air Jordans? You know what is fantastic though? If anybody hasn't seen it yet, and I'm not sure. I think it's called Last Dance. There's a 6 or 7 part series on Netflix about Michael Jordan actually his run with the Bulls, and it is fucking amazing. If you haven't seen that yet, it's actually still up on Netflix. Check it out.
I'll watch it.
Dude, it takes it through his entire like I don't think they touch a little bit on his high school, but his college career, and then when he comes into the Bulls, and it's all that backstage stuff too, all the stuff that you would have never seen. And I
think a lot of that stuff is key too, because a lot of people don't realize what it takes to be able to be at the top of your game of anything. It's very easy to walk in the door of certain things if you push yourself to do it and have the natural ability, because there's a lot of that combination that plays in to get it. But once you get to that upper echelon, everybody thinks, well, you know, he was just born to do that. No, man, these guys put in a ton of work. And another guy that I kind of spot off with that is The Rock. Like, yes, he was born into lineage of wrestling, but he could have just been a regular Samoan wrestler, and we would have loved him for it. But he took not only his natural charisma, he worked on his natural charisma and then put in a crap load of work to become the person he is today. And even though there's a lot of times I completely disagree with him on a lot of the topics I discuss, as a whole, you have to respect the work that people like Jordan, people like him, people like Brady,
all those great Brady,
you know, Brady puts in.
They did that mini documentary on Facebook. It was like a 5-part series. That's amazing. It's really great. And the thing that I think what's really interesting this, and it's great because this is kind of tying into the topic tonight, is that, you know, we only see these people on a surface layer. So we see them as, you know, Tom Brady is was the quarterback of the New England Patriots. You're just watching him in the games. But when you actually get to see that behind the scenes and kind of a little piece into his life, and they do, it's all by design. They do it by purpose. They're right. Okay, let's turn the cameras on. Let people know how we live and who I am behind the scenes. And that's the stuff that really, I think, fascinates me. When you get that little piece and you're like, fuck, like I didn't know that, or that's what his house looks like, or
that's what we were talking about. And we had the conversation with Meta and about the idea that things today are live. People are not just back when we grew up, everybody was bigger than life. They were made to do everything that happened. Like my friend pictured some of the biggest stars in the year. And it was so funny because he'd go up and take a picture to somebody and the publicist would come over and go, you can't post that picture, because that picture is not acceptable at this time. And today, the people that you have they have to be real. They have to be pulled into this universe. And sometimes it can be traumatic for some people to say, you never turn off the cameras. You know, it used to be, we had a point when you turned stuff off, you went home and you were, you grew your beard out and, you look scruffy and you walked your dog. But now today with the paparazzi and everything going on, you can't hide. But I think it also goes to the point of people out there who don't realize how easy it is for you to touch those upper echelons and put money into your own life and invest in yourself and say, you know what, it's never too late until you die. That's the reality. So,
So Design says, yeah, Last Dance was awesome. He said, me and my boys watched it like 7 times over now. I think I've seen it like 3, and it's still amazing. Roar of the Tiger saying it's just part of the psychological study and profile Jordan as well. Absolutely. And he said, Design said he did collect the Jordans year back. I'm not really skilled in Jordan shoes, but you know what? I'm going to offer this. Design, if you ever want to jump on the chat, we'll do a Jordan chat. Maybe you can educate some of us on it. I think it'd be a really great thing.
I did. I was a skater boy and I did the airwalks. That was my thing. That was the craziest thing about, like, if anybody out there knew the airwalks, man, before all those other crazy shoes came out, to us, Nikes were boring. And then all of a sudden they came out with Jordans and it was a whole different world now. So, and I still, I still do my DCs, man. They're my shoes. So,
and it's crazy because, like, here's another documentary that I've been watching is on Netflix. They've had the Kanye West documentary. And I'll tell you, I knew some of his music. I knew some of his hits. And I was like, you know what? I don't know really anything about him, but I'm probably going to watch this. And I started watching it, and it completely blew my mind how ahead of the times he was in like 2000, the music he was producing and putting out. And you're going back and you're listening to it and you listen to that genre of music at that certain point, and then you listen to his stuff and you're like, holy shit, this guy was like 10, 20 years ahead of anything that anybody was doing at that time. And it was just like, and I love all these good feel stories too, where people were just telling him, no. And what did he do? He stayed persistent. He kept to his core values. He kept to who he was. He kept to who he was as an artist. He wanted to continue to grow. He kept putting his name out there. And then what happened? He became one of the most successful rappers in the industry now. He's got a clothing line. He has...
and that really is the tough part of doing anything we're doing right now. People look over and say, I can't be original. And that's really the thing, is you have to be able to, trust me, there's something out there that somebody hasn't thought about in a world right now. It was so funny. There was a website I looked at the other day and I was like, this has never been taken. Nobody even had a security thing on it. And it was one of the perfect words. It is always something that, and one of the ones that I always said was, because I had somebody else the other day said, I want to start something new. I want to start a business. What should I do? And there was another, I wish I could remember the name of the guy. He's a very rich and popular guy. And he says, take the 2 things that you like the best in life and put them together. And he goes, trust me, nobody's ever done it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So Roy the Tiger says, quote, it's the shoes. Yes, that's from the Jordan commercial back with Spike Jonze. It's the shoes. Wow. It's the black and white commercial. And that was really the first, that really
pop culture stuff.
Yeah, way really cool stuff. I do remember that. So just to give some context to the format of the channel, because I know a lot of people have been kind of dipping in on the videos we released. So my plan is this. Sunday nights is probably going to most likely always be our live shows. We've kind of agreed on that. And what Primo I'm going to try to do is at least record one show during the week, and we're going to drop it as a premiere. So I want to make this straight with everybody. It's going to drop as a premiere. There will be a chat. You guys will be able to talk, but if it doesn't look like I'm responding, it's because we're not live. It's just premiering. So sometimes I might be able to get over there and chat with you guys, but if I'm not responding, it's not like we're being dicks or ignoring anybody. It's because it's just a pre-recorded video. So yeah. Or we might just release them, something like that.
Who knows? Right.
So that's really what I wanted to come on and really just kind of get this stuff out. So guarantee, Sunday nights at 8 p.m. we're going to be over here live. I know that's going to be, a constant. And then we're going to try to get, some content out during the week as well and have more general conversations. But we like all this interactive. We love the comments. We love the upvotes, and any topics that you guys want to jump in. You know, obviously we'll have a topic that we come into, but if you guys ever want to come in and try to pivot the conversation or add something to it, we would love to hear from everybody. So
yeah, it's a dynamic show. It's not always solid as a rock.
Yep. So I don't know, man. Do you have anything else? Anything you want to touch on? It's really just an open forum tonight.
Yeah, pretty much. I think you've covered all the bases. See, me, I've been my life has been the structure of complete insanity, which is in chaos, which is exactly how I like it. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, we had the weirdest stream thing that we did the other day. So it was like, I mean, somebody came on and we had an open forum, and somebody came in and decided to want to join it, and they were showing off some let's see, X-rated material.
Oh,
and that's how they wanted to come live.
Junk?
Yeah, they were trying to show their stuff.
So the funniest story. Let me tell you about the story really quick. So we were on JJ Gentleman's podcast hangout one night, like really late at night. We were just getting ready to end the stream, and there's one of the guys in the group. His name is Toyota Mo, and he comes on a lot of the times. He does a lot of great unboxing. He's a great guy. And we're at the end of the stream. It was funny. We're all on the panel. And so he joins the person that says they're Toyota Mo, joins the stream. And I remember Marco going, because it was just kind of a surprise, because we didn't see Toyota Mo in the comments or anything all night. And all of a sudden Marco goes, oh shit, it's Toyota Mo joining the chat. Like we, you know, like if someone brings him, we're like, oh shit, it's, you know, it's Primo joining the chat. Right. So he joins, and it's weird. All of a sudden the camera turns on, it's pointing at the floor, and it's kind of rolling around, and we're going, you know, I think we're all kind of thinking like, oh, maybe he's adjusting his camera.
Right.
All of a sudden, dude, full dicks out for Harambe. Just dick comes out. It's right at the end of the stream, so it ends the stream that way. We're all cracking up. Like it was funny. Obviously, they had to take the stream down.
Yeah,
it was.
That's
so
how,
funny.
dude. That's ended a lot of people's Twitch careers right there.
Don't. And JJ's trying to close him out. Right. JJ's trying to get up. He goes full screen with it. He hits the wrong button. It goes full screen. This guy's dick's like full out. It was just hilarious, and like literally, would for 20 minutes, a half an hour afterwards, we're just cracking up. So
yeah,
it was where we go. Yeah, Mike saying that's not Toyota Mo. Yeah, it was funny, man.
That is hilarious.
So yeah, man, I think that was just. I feel good. I feel like there's 1,000 pounds that have been lifted off my chest, 7 pounds off my face.
Right. And what is it? 20 pounds off your body.
Yeah, 20 pounds.
Nutrisystem it is.
Nutrisystem it worked. If you guys are interested in that video, I do have it on my channel. You guys can go check that out. Also, I wanted to do just some upcoming format coming up. I have Armand Biard coming on Wednesday. That's going to be a Wednesday afternoon at 12 p.m. because of the time constraints. So I'm going to drop the link there. If you guys are interested, you can go over and set your reminders for that show. Thursday, we're going to come back. It's my birthday on Thursday. Yay! And we're going to do an open format. That'll be 8 p.m. on Thursday. And we're just going to have an open format. So if you guys want to drop any comments in the chat, and you guys can just open up the conversation. I'm sure we'll open with some stuff, but if you guys want to pivot or talk about anything, you know what? Maybe I'll drop the link during that show. And if anybody wants to come on and hang out, they can come and hang out, and we'll have
that would be awesome.
Yeah. So before I end the show, in thinking of talking about bigger things, I'm going to put a challenge out there.
Okay.
All right. So we want big guests on the show. Who is literally the biggest guest or the biggest person on YouTube right now?
I don't know. Who do you think is the biggest? The biggest of the biggest.
You guys in the comment, who do you think has the biggest YouTube channel right now? We'll wait a couple minutes here. Type some. Come on, guys.
I know, right?
All right, so I'm gonna say Joe Rogan. Who do you think? Who do you think? Who do you think is all right? Wings is thinking. I'm gonna say Joe Rogan. All right. We'll give it a couple more minutes. So Roy the Tiger said Rogan. Oh no, this is probably not gonna be. I might need your help on this one, Primo. Don't kill. We're trying to set up a bit here.
I know, right?
Marcelo time, obviously.
I don't. Do you want Marcelo time? Oh, look at that. He went there. That's funny.
Omar's great, man. Omar's a great
No, I'm thinking the biggest guy right in here would
We'll
probably be.
wait.
No, you want to wait? Okay.
We'll wait. We'll
right,
give it
I'll
a
jump.
couple more, maybe another minute, and then if not, we'll finish the bit. Come on, guys. Who do you think is the biggest channel? The biggest channel on YouTube? I mean, you could Google that, and you probably
besides us.
Besides us. Yeah. I did lose some subscribers, but I'll tell you this: we gained some over the last couple of days.
Exactly. There you go.
Wheelie. I don't know who that is. Who's Wheelie?
Who's Wheelie?
Okay. Here we go.
Oh, Jen just voted. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
you know, Jen just messaged me and said PewDiePie just before Mr. Beast, but I am going to go Mr. Beast.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go.
Okay.
We have the podcast channel. I said I wanted to do bigger and bigger things.
Okay.
How about this?
Okay.
I'm going to offer an open challenge right now. An open challenge to Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, if you're watching, if you're looking at my channel right now, I want you to come on the Let's Talk Live podcast and let me interview you for an hour. I'd love for you to come over. I'd love for you to come over and spend an hour.
Let's see if you'll accept that request.
I've already done something that's pretty cool.
Really?
I'm going to release a challenge video right now that I've already recorded. It's queued up. And I'm going to throw it out in the algorithm right now. So, Mr. Beast, I'm going to dare you to come over and come hang out with us for an hour. 1 hour, that's it. And talk to us for an hour and give us an hour interview. I think it's fantastic. The biggest YouTuber on YouTube. I'm going to send out the challenge right now. So I'm going to publish the video. It is now live in public. So, Mr. Beast, I dare you challenge. So I'm going to pull the video up so everybody can see what it is.
Yeah, I want to see this.
All right. Hang on 1 second. It'd be crazy if it did come over here.
Oh, yeah. He's done a lot of interviews recently, so you never know.
All right. Hang on a second. All right. Here it is.
Okay. There. Look at that.
Can you see it?
Mr. Beast, I dare you.
That's right, Mr. Beast. I'm daring you to come over to the Let's Talk Live podcast and let us interview you one-on-one. Hope to see you soon.
Oh, your mic's gone. Okay.
All right, here we go. I had to mute myself.
I think that was the challenge of the year right there. I think, the thing is this, you think he can, I don't know, you think he can hang on the channel? He's a little light sometimes.
I think we'll see what happens.
Hey, it's funny because he seems a little bit, what's the word? He seems a little introverted for being such a huge channel. I just didn't expect that.
Listen, you got to think you're the biggest YouTuber on YouTube. You probably walk literally outside your house and you just get recognized like that. So I'm sure it's tough. It's probably very tough being at that.
That's my thing is I kind of wonder about that. There's a lot of people and I'm going to be honest, prior to, I don't know, probably about a month or two ago, I had no idea. The only person that I knew, I heard of PewDiePie, but the only person that I really knew was Markiplier because that's who my daughter watches. And I would love, Markiplier wants to come on anytime. I'd love to talk to him, but yeah, those guys, it's for a channel and how they do things. It'd be very interesting to find out what it takes to go
what
from
the process is, right? And how
an
they grew.
Yeah.
So
well, I know a lot of the stuff that he did an interview recently, and that's where I kind of got acclimated to what he does. But like I said, just to be like you said, the introvert. And I think that nobody's ever asked him that before is it's, taking stuff where it's you really don't want to be on it and you're just kind of running through it as quick as you can. And that's the thing is when we do stuff, we get out there and we want to, we'll talk for hours and hours and hours. Right. And a lot of these guys are they want to get in and get it done. So,
the link's dropped. If anybody wants to jump on and say hi, I'd love to have some of my buddies come over and tell me what you think. Give me your thoughts, man. Mm-hmm. Oh, we got wings and watches. Cool. What's up, man?
What's going on, boys?
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Let's Talk Live podcast, man. How's everything going?
a fantastic show, man. I love it. I always catch up when I miss it, unfortunately, because of work. But you guys are doing a fantastic job. Seriously.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. It was, like I was saying, I was a bit nervous, but I knew the people that would really stick around would stick around, and obviously you've been a huge supporter of me and been a friend, behind the scenes, and we talk an awful lot. And anyway, while you're here, I'm gonna let you know, because I said it earlier. Thank you so much for introducing me to Satori Beyard watches, because without you doing that on that stream and actually us diving into that, I would have never got contact by Ahmad to come over and be on the stream. So Wings, I do appreciate that, man. That's really cool of you to do that. And if there's any questions that you want me to ask him, shoot that over to me, because I'm going to be working on that tomorrow, and I'd love to hear your input as well too.
Hey, brother, I appreciate it, man. And listen, man, you're doing a lot of hard work behind the scenes and on your podcast. Same with Primo, right? So I just make some suggestions here and there, and coincidentally, our interests just coincide, right? So anything that I can share, it's my pleasure, man. You deserve a lot of the credit. So
I appreciate that. But you know what? It's not, it's not only me. I lay the plan, I lay the groundwork. This is my channel, but everybody that collectively comes into this space helps. Yeah. You, Primo, the fans of the channel in the chat, the people that upvote, the people that send the super chats, the people that join the memberships, the people that encourage me and send me private messages and say, hey, you're fucking killing it. You guys are doing great. Keep doing what you're doing. We want to hear more of it. That's the stuff that keeps us going. That's the stuff that gets me up and says, you know what? I'm doing the right thing. We're doing the right thing here. So it's all of you that I appreciate.
Absolutely. Look, we all have different interests, right? And until it becomes evident that, hey, we all kind of share the same interest, nobody really knows. So you'll see that a lot of people are going to start picking up. And I personally, I enjoy listening to the podcast while I'm working out. Sure. Or while at work, doing my stuff. But you guys bring a lot of value to it. So just keep doing what you're doing, man. It'll grow.
Yeah, it's going to, and I knew this, like I was saying earlier, I knew there was going to be some growing pains. I knew that, people may exit, but I know how kind of YouTube works, and Primo and I have had some long comment. He's been doing YouTube a long time and has a lot of channels that, that a lot of people don't know about. He knows kind of how the algorithm works, and we've talked about this, and it's going to take a couple of months to kind of get picked up. And right now YouTube is going, what the fuck is going on with this channel? Right. It's got to reorganize and recalibrate. And once the stuff
I just knew the second that guy walked out of the cornfield and was like, you guys got to do a YouTube channel, that I just had to do it. So
and this is what I want to do. Anybody that wants to come on and hang out with us and talk, and get involved in the topics that we're talking about, the link's always going to be dropped. Come on and hang out. Again, I'm not going away from luxury or watches. I just want to get into a deeper, higher level of it.
Yeah. And I think we both too, we all come from some sort of luxury, or whether it be cars, watches, that kind of thing, environment. So we always go back to roost at some point, but being able to spread your wings a little bit and introduce other people to that arena is it's huge. So
yeah. Absolutely, man. All right. So we are getting close to the hour mark. I'm probably going to wrap this up in a couple of minutes, because I want you guys to go over this evening and, of course, support JJ Gentleman's Hangout. He does the 9:30 live show on his channel. It's Sunday Fun Day. So please go over and check that out as well. Primo, we got VIP Primo, his Executive Automotive Society channel. You guys can check that out. And Wings and Watches, obviously, is over on Instagram. Oh, by the way, speaking of Instagram, guys, I have the Let's Talk. What's crazy? I was looking at this the other day. I'm gonna do this real quick and see if this will work better. All right, actually, hang on. So if you guys look on the bottom, all right, so I have we have a Facebook group that's open format. You guys can go over. We have tons of conversation going on in there. So please join the Let's Talk Live Facebook group. You can find that Let's Talk Live podcast Facebook group. And I also have started a Instagram for Let's Talk Live, but it's funny because the way that it's written in the Instagram, it looks like it says Let's Stalk Live.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice it. That's funny.
But it was the only way that I could literally do that Instagram handle because everybody has a Let's Talk. So I was like, but it looks like Let's Talk Live. So I thought that was kind of funny. But and as far as the Beyond Time Instagram, I'm going to keep that going. The aspect of Beyond Time on Instagram. So if you guys are subscribed to my Instagram, it's still there, but it's now going to be Beyond_Time_Brian. You guys can find me over on Instagram. What did I change it to? On Instagram because I changed the title of it. It now is Brian_Beyond_Time. So I'm still going to do that, and I am going to do some content on there, probably my live chats on and through Instagram.
Nice.
So I'll keep Beyond Time going, but it's just going to be on Instagram now. So if you guys want to go over and follow that along, I do appreciate it. I know a lot of you guys here in the chat do.
Instagram doesn't get as much love as it used to, so it needs it. Yeah.
So that's gonna probably end the show for tonight. I appreciate everybody hanging over here on Let's Talk Live podcast. It was a great show. I feel like I got some kind of weight off my shoulder. I have some format now to my audience on the channel. I appreciate every single person that kind of hung out with us this evening. The super chats were great. Thank you so much. Wings and Watches for joining the show here at the end and giving some feedback. And of course, thanks, my co-host Primo. Could not do this without you, man. So I appreciate your dedication and the time. And hey, this was fun. So catch us next live show is going to be Sunday at 8 p.m. on Let's Talk Live. And actually, no, I'm sorry. This format will be, oh, wait, I'm totally blowing this now. So okay. Wednesday again will be the live show at 12. That's Satori Biard Watches. And then Thursday we'll come back and do another open forum on Thursday, 8 p.m. You guys can catch us before all the other watch shows. I appreciate if you come hang out. My birthday stream on Thursday, you guys.
And B, you're going to let everybody know about the Satori Biard podcast coming up in the days to come on your Instagram as well.
Yep, I'm going to post that to Instagram on my Beyond Time and also on the Let's Talk Live as well too. So that's going to be 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday, March 16th. So come over and join us if you can. If not, please go back, check the replay, comment, and upvote because the upvotes helps get all of this content out into the algorithm. So any parting words, Primo? What do you think?
No,
man?
That's it. I'm glad to see that you got it out and you feel good. And tomorrow's going to be another page, and we're going to hit this thing running. So yeah, I'm excited.
Cool, man. So with that being said, we're going to hit the outro. Outro, guys. We'll see you on the next Let's Talk Live podcast. See you next time, guys. Peace.
Thanks.